the subject for today's content is that the heat shield which is installed on the motorcycle is probably doing its job, but it's not enough as far as I'm concerned. So I ended up buying two pieces, which is from a brand called as Wings. One which is going to replace the heat shield which is already there, and the other part which is going to cover the front part of the exhaust, so that it does not melt my riding gear. So I did end up melting a little bit of my riding gear. That's the reason I decided to go out and purchase this. You see these dark spots in here? These dark spots, these are nothing but my melted riding gear. So depending upon my style of riding, these two bars which is provided in here doesn't do the job which I want it to. So I ended up buying a replacement carbon fiber part from Wings over here, and another piece which covers all the way up to here. Probably that will do the job. We'll go and see how the Wings parts look like. This is the Wings parts which I was talking about. I think they make carbon fiber and titanium parts for a variety of motorcycles, and Husqvarna 701 Supermoto is one among that. So I'm going to keep it aside. And yeah, this is the carbon fiber replacement part for the metal piece. This is what it looks like. I'm going to unwrap it in a bit. There are two parts which I bought, so this is one among that. And the second piece is this. This is the carbon fiber heat shield which I bought from Wings, and this is going to go in this place. And the reason why I decided to go out and buy from Wings is because these guys send the piece with an inbuilt heat resistant tape inside. For the places where this tape is readily available, people can go out and buy this and stick it in. But I was lazy enough to go search for this tape and source it in Malaysia and things like that. So I decided to go ahead with the Wings guys. The other reason is that this probably was the most cost affordable option after I searched a little bit. This is one of that piece which is going to replace here. There is one screw here, there's another screw here, and there is another screw here. So this is the second carbon fiber piece, and this is supposed to go in here like this. You're supposed to leave maybe 5 millimeter of space between these two pieces, but this is how it's going to go here. Again, this is from Wings, and it comes with pre-stick thermal tape, insulation tape in here. And how it's going to go in here is via two of these rings. I got the torque screw, but now I have a challenge. The torque screw will not fit for this one as well as this one. It will perfectly fit in for this screw over here. I have to go dig out this part, extract this part, and there is a toolkit inside that, and so-called toolkit inside that. I haven't opened that piece yet after I purchased the motorcycle, but we'll go see whether there is a toolkit inside that or not. So for removing this side panel, there is one screw which needs to come out. There is another screw which needs to come out from here, and there is two more screws which need to come out from these two. So luckily the torque wrench which is in here fits perfectly, and I'm going to remove the side panel and then show you guys more. So the screws are off. Now I need to take out this panel. The panel comes out like this, and inside here is probably where I'm going to find a toolkit. It's a moment of truth. Let's go find out. There is really a toolkit inside. There is a toolkit inside, so that's good news. Yeah, this is the first time I'm opening it, but I'm happy that I could find all of these tools within. Now I'm going to make use of these two Torx screws to open the heat shield and see how it goes from there. So after a little bit of struggle, I was able to take this piece from here. This is how it looks like. What I'm going to do is to take out the rest of the pieces. Finally came out, and this is the piece from the wings which is going to replace. In terms of weight, this one is really heavy compared to the lightweight carbon fiber. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take out these rubber bushes and I'm going to put it here. The screw which I have taken out, which is going to go into here to the carbon fiber piece. And yeah, the weight difference is amazing, unbelievable. Anyway, see you in a little bit. Now it's going to go right here. This piece is a little flexible for me to pull it out, so that helps. I can look at where exactly it is going to go and position it, and it will probably look like this. So this is more or less fastened. I haven't tightened it too much, but this is how it looks like after the installation. The screw over here has been fastened. So I did not use the ones which was there earlier. I used the ones which I got from the wings itself. It fits perfectly in. Now in a little bit, let me set up the rest of the things to show how the second piece of the carbon fiber is going to fit in. So this is the second piece of the carbon fiber, and it's supposed to go in like this. So once it is done, this will look like this, and I think that's exactly what I wanted. Less contact with the exhaust, and perfectly okay, and my riding gears will not melt. So there are a few rings which comes along with this. Let me take it out and show you how this is going to go in. So there are two pieces. There is a longer piece and a smaller piece. The smaller piece is going to go inside and the cable is going to run through, while the larger piece is going to go here. This bigger piece is going to go here, not the other way around. This cannot go inside, so don't struggle and do that. This larger piece will go here and the smaller piece will go here. Remember I mentioned the bigger piece will go here. That's what I had done. The bigger piece, as you can see, will go here. I'm going to leave it there, and the smaller piece will go here. I put the screw facing below because whenever I tighten it, my accessibility to that screw will be much more easier at the bottom part here also. Rather than if putting the screw over here, my accessibility to that and able to take it out at a later point of time will be challenged. So that is the reason I decided to put the screw up here. There is so much of space which we can access and the angle which I can access it. So that's the reason I decided to put the screw up here. Now the next job is to screw in the carbon fiber. So this is after the heat shield installation, the front heat shield and the rear heat shield, as the wings call it. This is properly fastened in, and the rings are visible here. You can see that, and the access to the screws are here. There is one screw here and the other screw here. So if I had to use a screwdriver, I can easily access it, tighten it, remove it at a later point of time. So that's the reason why I decided to keep the accessibility to the screws here rather than on the top. As far as I'm concerned, it looks pretty okay. What I don't have is a torque wrench. I have ordered a torque wrench so that I can tighten it to the desired specifications as mentioned by the wings. At this point of time, this is a feel with the hand. When the torque wrench comes in, I'm going to tighten it as per the torque specifications which is given by the wings guys in the manual. And once that is done, I'm ready to rumble. Now, what's the next part? The next part is to return the toolkit over here and return the side panel and return the seat, and with that I'll be all set. This is the toolkit, and as you can see, all the tools has been returned to the toolkit, and I'm going to return it here. Tools have been put in. Looks pretty good. I'm going to return it here. This is where the toolkit belongs. And once you put that in, satisfying click sound that goes in there. And the next job is to make sure the panel is returned properly. This is how the side panel goes like, and I have to fasten it with the screws. So I have about 4 screws in here. The 2 long ones will go in the front and the 2 short ones go in here and here. That's what I'm going to do. So the side panel is secured in properly. Now is to return the torque screw from under the seat. Put the torque screw here, press it in. Again, a satisfying click, which is nice to hear. Now I have to return the seat. Under the seat, you can few things: the chain tension, which is mentioned in here, the air pressure, which is mentioned in 29 psi if the rider alone, front and rear, 29 and 32 psi if the rider and a pillion passenger, and with respect to the fork and the shock settings, which is also mentioned in here. I think I'm somewhere in the middle as far as the fork and the torque settings are concerned. I just wanted to show you this before I return the seat to its original position. Now I'm going to return the seat. Returning the seat, this position is fairly easy. You just push it in and it locks in there. So male and female joint at the back. Press it in, it's locked in properly. In this side, there is a male and female joint. Press it in, that's perfectly okay. Pressed it in, that's perfectly okay, secured. Now that the heat shield is installed, the only thing which is remaining, which I'm complaining about, is the quick shifter. What I read that is, after going through forums, is that there are people who have taken the bike back to the dealer and they had done some resetting or configuration as far as the quick shifter is concerned. So I'm hoping that that will do the job. At this point of time, the downshifts are working okay with a certain amount of pressure, but the upshifts are not really working as I want or as a quick shifter is supposed to work. So next week I'm going to take the motorcycle to the dealer and see if they can fix it by readjusting or reprogramming the quick shifter. Hopefully it will work. If not, ability to go to the track and to do the laps is going to be challenging. And that's pretty much it. So I'm pretty satisfied with how the heat shield came out to be. Once the torque crunch comes in, I'm going to readjust it one more time just to make sure that everything is perfectly okay. Any questions you have around it, let me know, and see you soon.